Hey there you guys, so I'm back out here today after race day, and it's time to get the quad prepped again for the next race, next practice. So I'd like to go over a couple things with you that usually I do when it comes to cleaning and maintaining my bike, my quad. So a couple things, let me show you. So before I wash it, I usually leave my air cleaner on, take my seat off. So down here usually gets pretty gunky, as you can see. Some dirt in there, some grime, even a little oil down in there. Don't know if you can see that or not. Notorious. Alright, believe me, there's a little oil down there. So, what I'm gonna do is if you come down here underneath the bike, there's a little drain plug. Pull that drain plug off. Bam. So now, what I'll do is I'll take my little garden hose. So I take my hose and try to only get the walls, but then it'll obviously drain out of that hole down there. Won't go in your intake. Don't flood it. Just nice little bursts just to try and soften that dirt up a little. Go in with your hand, maybe give it a little. And one of these, grab your rag with some soap, water, scrub it down. That's one of the things that I like to do, just to make sure that there's no residual dust or dirt in there. You know, some people run without that plug in. I usually do. Because I'm still running the stock intake and I don't have a way to stop water from going in, I run without my air box when I ride. It does feel better. I don't want anyone to tell you it's bad for you. I've only been running without my air box on. But take a little plastic bag. I just cover the hole. I take the rubber gasket off and then kind of pinch it back on. But usually do that and then I'll clean it. So another really important thing to take care of is your chain. Personally, I mean, I use chain cleaner, but Dawn Power Wash works really well. This is one of my favorites. I'll just throw a coating on the chain. Try to let it cover the whole chain. And then I like to take a brush and just kind of scrub it down. Now the chain's the most important thing, really, besides the motor. Transmission, tires, it plays its part. You want to take care of it. Alright, once we're good, a good revolution, we'll clean out the sprocket. Like that. Alright, let that sit for a second. Alright, now we'll take our hose and you can never really be too clean with it, but now we'll let that dry. Next up, we'll take the air filter out. What I'll do here, take my bag up, unclip it, pop. No water goes in, besides the crap that was already in there. If it is your very first time, take this off. Alright, once that's all the way out, kind of come back a little bit, break your seal, and pull up. Yeah, it's still a little dirty in there, but we'll wipe it out with a paper towel. But for now, I'll throw the seat on. I'll be really careful with this. Throw the seat on so that way, if in case it does rain, which it shouldn't, nothing gets in there. Alright, so now for my dirty air filter, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use Maxima air filter cleaner. Not sponsored, obviously. Small YouTube channel coming up. You take your bolt out the back, take your carriage out, and set that aside. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse it all off with nice warm water. Try to get any gunk off of it. Any of the thick stuff. Use like a nice warm water, you don't want it hot. Don't want it too cold because your hands, you know your hands. You know that Dawn's really good for grease. Take that, I like to rub that on the seal real quick. If you feel anything inside, you try to get that out immediately. You always squeeze, never twist. Oh yeah, it's dirty. Alright, so now that most of the big gunk's out and the grease is on me, go ahead, squeeze the water out. Alright, so what the can says is to fill the filter inside and out with the cleaner. Alright, so now you want to work it in. Once you let it work in, then you let it sit for 60 seconds. Alright, so after your 60 seconds, you're going to take your filter, and you're going to run water through the inside of it. Try to start at the top from the inside and get it to come out. And see all the dirt and debris coming down, hopefully. Last step, take some nice warm soapy water and fill up a nice little bath for it. Put it in there and then try to agitate the water with it. Start draining. Agitate some more while it drains out. Rinse it out. Just place that in a nice safe spot outside. Won't go anywhere, let it dry out for a couple hours. Alright, now that it's washed, you kind of got to do the little trade secret. Gotta take your WD-40, however you got it. And you just give it a little coverage, you know? Wipe her down a little. Not only will it protect the plastic and help you the next time you go to wash it, but also shines it up real nice and keeps a pristine look. So for instance, before and after. Alright, another must too is your rims. If you coat these with WD, it'll actually help keep the mud out for your first moto. If you clean them out and then spray it again, it'll actually help every time. Make sure you get the inside and the outside. Alright, so now moving on to an oil change. Pretty simple. I'm not going to spend really any time on it. It's that bolt back there. And then down over here, that guy. Drain the oil out. Pretty simple, but the thing I want to show you is on the other side. Let's get to that. Alright, so after you get your 3 bolts out of here and you pop this cover off, the only thing that I want to let you know about is those rubber gaskets. You have this gasket, this gasket, this gasket, this gasket. If you change your oil and after you change your oil you find that you're dripping oil out or you see oil on your case, it's definitely probably one of these fell out and you just didn't realize it. So definitely just keep that in mind. Huge step, and obviously change your filter. Alright, so the YFZ450R does take about 1.5 quarts of whatever oil you prefer. I run the Yamalube HP 10W40 just because it's what it says to use, but it is 1.5 quarts. Let's put that in now. Alright, so pretty much when you're done doing that, you want to run the engine and just cycle it through so that way the new oil filter gets coated. I can't do it right now just because that air filter's still drying, but as soon as that gets done, I'll put that back in and be able to fire it up and double check on that. Next up, spark plug. Alright, so now to get to the spark plug is pretty easy. First you gotta remove these two tabs right here. Pop them out. Use your finger on the bottom after you pull this middle part out. Pull the middle up. Then put your finger on the bottom and just push up. Take off your gasket. Take out your front two pins. Backing up just a little bit. Throw your gas cap back on just to stop anything from going in there. Next, what you want to do is get your sides off. So for those, you come back here to this back bracket, pull up over that piece. Then up here you have one rubber grommet, you got to pull a male connector out. Same thing on the other side. Next, take a 10mm socket, throw it on where the gas tank connects. You got one bolt, take that bolt out, disconnect your hoses. Pinch that top clip, slide up, easy peasy. This one you have to slide the orange connector up, and then you got to pinch the sides. Pull forward, pinch the sides, slide back. Don't forget to pinch the sides, you don't want to break that bracket. With the gas tank, lift from the back, slide it back, and lift up. Perfect. Lift straight up. Inspect for oil in the cylinder head, nothing down there. Alright, these supply tools from Yamaha work great. Little rubber gasket inside of there to grab the spark plug. Drop it down in there. Use your wrench. Yamaha. See what it looks like. I usually change these every other oil change. Try to keep it fresh and from fouling. Burning the wire up. These things do rev really high. Grab my new one out. CR8E, in case you need to know. That comes out. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. It's a really good color for comparison. So we're going to go hand tight until the gasket makes contact with the cylinder head. And then we're going to go a quarter turn. I'll show you that real quick. Alright, so once you're tight with the cylinder head, we got to go a quarter turn. So over here, turn, 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 turn. It is going to get tight, but you want to go that quarter turn. There we go. Now everything goes back together the same way. Alright, not easy, definitely sucks, so I did it off camera, but you got a grease point there. You gotta get that guy. Make sure you wipe the dirt off of it first. You want to push that down in there. 1, 2, 3. Same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Now that that's done, we'll get the air filter oiled back up and then we'll do the chain. Alright, so now with this oil filter, you just want to do a thin layer of grease right around this seal right here. Keep anything from getting past this, just in case. Don't have to be perfect with it. Alright, now the hand goes in the filter and we spray it with the filter oil. Then I'll put it inside of a plastic bag and I'll mush it. But really, you just want to work it in. Make sure it's in all the pores. Good, nice coating. Get it on your shirt. Cannot forget to do that. Alright, now let's put it in. Alright, now to get this back in, sometimes it can be tricky. I always like to put this little dimple straight at the top where the seam is. So again, you come in from an angle, keeping that at the top. Try not to get it everywhere, which never works. And you just screw it in. Let it bottom out. And once it bottoms out, you don't want to screw it too tight. But you definitely want it to squish that filter into the plastic. Alright, well now we can start it up and dry the chain out.